So social engineering on Facebook. Attackers create a fake user group on Facebook and identify it as an employees of the target company. So using a false identity, the attacker then proceeds to friend or invite employees to the fake group, employees of the company. They join the group and provide their credentials, such as the date of birth, education, employment background, spouse's name, etc., etc. Again, a huge problem. Using the details of any one of these employees, an attacker can compromise the security to gain facility to the access to the building, gather all of your personal information, call HR, whatever they want to do, right, with that information. LinkedIn and Twitter. So we talked about this a little bit. The risks of social networking to corporate networks, data theft, involuntary data leakage, huge one. Targeted attacks, huge one, and network vulnerability, as well as involuntary data leakage. These are all huge. So with data theft, a social networking site is an information repository accessed by many users, enhancing the risk of information exploitation. Involuntary data leakage, and the absence of strong policy, and employees may unknowingly post sensitive data about their company on social networking sites. This happens all the time. Targeted attacks. Attackers use the information available on social networking sites to perform a targeted attack. This is also very common. Network vulnerability. All social networking sites are subject to flaws and bugs that in turn could cause vulnerabilities in the organization's network. So yes, it could be an easy way in if that site is connected to the main corporate network in some way, right? And then identity theft. So statistics, the top 5 complaints of 2014, banks and lenders, telephones and mobile services, imposter scams, debt collection, identity theft. These are all huge, all relevant. Identity theft occurs when someone steals your personally identifiable information, or PII data, for fraudulent purposes. And it is a crime in which an imposter obtains personally identifying information such as, so PII consists of name, credit card number, social security number, DL number, etc., to commit fraud or other crimes. Or they could just want to sell it. I mean, they don't have to be intending to commit a crime. And attackers can use identity theft to impersonate the employees of a target organization and physically access the facility. So this is another one. They attack the low-hanging fruit and then go after the big one if they can't get in the front door, right? So how to steal an identity. Organizational identity, the original identity is Stephen Charles. The address is San Diego, California, 92130. So an identity theft, note the identity theft illustrated presented here is for demonstrating a typical identity theft scenario. It may or may not be used in all locations and scenarios. So the original identity was Stephen Charles, and now we have Stephen Charles still on the ID. San Diego, California, 92130. So nothing really to note here. I guess they're going to create a fake one. So step 1, search for Stephen's address on the social networking sites, Facebook, Twitter, etc., or people search sites. Get a hold of Stephen's telephone bill, water bill, or electricity bill using dumpster diving, stolen email, or on-site stealing. So Stephen's address, Stephen's electricity bill, and Stephen's water bill. So you can get this information by using social engineering to obtain it. Step 2, so another way you can get this kind of stuff is just go to the phone company and say, hey, if you can get his address, I'm buying this guy's house, but I want to see the water bill or electric bill for the last 6 months. And they'll send you the bills. They don't even care. They'll just send them to you. It's very easy to get this stuff. Go to the Department of Motor Vehicles and tell them you lost your driver's license. They will ask you for proof of identity, such as a water and electric bill. There you go. Show them the stolen bills. Then tell them you moved from the original address. The department employee will ask you to complete a replacement of driver's license form and change the address form. It's very easy to do. You will need a photo for the driver's license. Your replacement driver's license will be issued to your new home address. Some places will issue it to you on site. Some of them will require that it be mailed to your house to make sure that the mail is legitimate. Now you're ready to have some serious fun because you have the new identity. So the comparison, the original, surname Stephen Charles, identity theft. So there it is. Step 3, go to a bank in which the original Stephen Charles had an account and tell them you would like to apply for a new credit card. Tell them you do not remember the account number and ask them to look it up on Stephen's name and address. The bank will ask you for the ID, show them your driver's license ID, and if the ID is accepted, your card will be issued and ready. And now you're ready for shopping. So that's how you get the credit card. So fake Stephen is now ready to make purchases worth thousands of US dollars, apply for a new passport, apply for a new bank account, shut down your utility services, and apply for a car loan. The real Stephen gets huge credit card statement. So the real Stephen gets the bill in the mail and says, someone stole my identity. Identity theft is a serious problem. Identity theft is a serious problem, and number of violations are increasing rapidly. Some of the ways to minimize the risk of identity theft include checking the credit card reports periodically, safeguarding personal information at home and in the workplace, and verifying the legality of sources. Also, credit monitoring is a big one. Monitoring your credit is a big one.